wheres and whens. Step right up, fancy best quality words for sale. Enrich your vocabulary and expand your speech with such elegant items as the always popular quagmire, the ever so useful flabbergast, and the old upholstery.
Words by the bay, bottom over here. Words by the bay from floor top to customer. £8 off, happies, at a very reasonable price. Very useful for happy birthday, happy New Year's, happy days, and happy-go-lucky. Or, how about a package of good? Always handy for good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and goodbye.
I can't believe it. Did you ever see so many words?
They're fine if you have something to say.
Excuse me, sir, but what are these? These are for people who like to make up their own words. You can pick any assortment you like or buy a special box, complete with all the letters and a book of instructions. Here, taste the egg. Very good. It's sweet. I knew you'd like it. Egg is one of our best sellers. All of them aren't that good, you know. The Z, for instance, is very dry and sawdusty. And the X, well, tastes like a trunk full of stale air. But most of the others aren't that bad at all. Here, try that. Cool, it's icy. How about the C for you? It's as crunchy as a bubble. You know, most people are just too lazy to make up their own words. But take it from moi. Not only is it more fun, but it's also delightful, elating, and extremely useful. But isn't it difficult? I'm not very good at making up my own words.
Perhaps I could be of some assistance. A-S-S-I-S-T-A-N-C-E. Don't be alarmed. A-L-A-R-M-E-D. I am the spelling bee. I can spell everything. E-V-E-R-Y-T-H-I-N-G. Try me.
Can you spell goodbye?
Perhaps you're under the misapprehension. M-I-S-A-P-P-R-E-H-E-S-I-O-N. But I am dangerous. Let me assure you that I am quite peaceful. Now, think the most difficult word you can, and I'll spell it.
Let's see. How about curiosity?
Let me see now. How much time do I have?
Use 10 seconds. Count them off, top.
Curiosity.
2,
C-U-R-I-O
5, 6, 7.
S-I-T-Y.
Correct! Can you spell anything?
A-N-Y-T-H-I-N-G. Just kidding. Of course I can spell just about everything. You see, years ago I was just an ordinary being minding my own business, smelling the flowers all day, occasionally picking up part-time work in people's bonnets. Then one day I realized I'd never amount to anything without an education. So I decided that...
Balderdash! Let me repeat. Balderdash! Well, what have we here? Isn't someone going to introduce me to the boy?
This is the humbug. You can't believe a word he says.
Nonsense, my boy. Everyone can trust a humbug. Why, as I was saying to the Queen the other day...
You've never met the Queen. Don't believe a thing he tells you.
Bosh, my boy, pure bosh. The humbugs are an old and noble family. Honorable, cold. Boy, we fought the Crusades with Richard the Lionheart. Crossed the Atlantic with the Columbus. Blazed trails with the pioneers. And today, many members of the family hold prominent government positions throughout the world. History's full of humbugs.
A very pretty speech, S-P-E-E-C-H. Now, why didn't you go away? I was just advising the lad in the importance of proper spelling.
Bah! As soon as you can learn to spell one word, they want you to spell another. You can never catch up, so why bother? Take my advice, boy, and forget about it. As my great-great-grandfather George Washington Humbug used to say,
You, sir, are an imposter, I-M-P-O-S-T-E-R, who can't even spell his own name.
what? You dare doubt my word? The word of a humbug? The word of a humbug who has direct access to the ear of a queen? And the queen shall hear this, I promise you.
Did someone call for the Queen?
Did you mention them all?
Speak of the soldier and the
Creepy enter.
Nay, Your Highness!
Who are they?
These are the Queen's advisors.
small private remote closet cased with drawers, etc. for keeping valuables or displaying curiosities.
2. A council room for keeping this distancing.
3. A body of official advisors, chief executive of a nation.
By the order of Azaz, the abridged.
Queen of Fictionopolis.
Monarch of legends.
Empress of phrases, sentences, and miscellaneous figures of speech.
We offer you the hospitality of our kingdom.
Country.
Nation.
State.
Commonwealth.
Realm.
Empire.
Lemonade.
Principality.
Do all those words mean the same thing?
Of course.
Certainly.
Precisely.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, then why not use just one? Wouldn't that make a lot more sense?
Nonsense.
Ridiculous.
Fantastic.
Absurd.
Gosh.
We're not interested in making sense. It's not our job.
Besides, one word is as good as another. So why not use them all?
Then you don't have to choose which one is right.
Besides, if one is right, then 10 or 10 times is right.
Obviously, you don't know who we are.
The duty of definition.
The minister.
The Earl of Essex.
The Countess of Connotation.
The Undersecretary of Understanding.
Our job is to see that all words sold through our word market are proper ones. For we usually sell someone a word that had no meaning or didn't exist at all.
For instance, if you want a word like Yellowstick, where would you use it?
We never choose which ones to use, for as long as they mean what they say they mean, which means we don't care if they make sense or nonsense.
In a sense or magnificence.
Reticence or common sense. We have come to invite you to the royal banquet.
The banquet. That's quite an honor, my boy. A real H-O-N-O-R.
Don't be ridiculous. Everybody goes to the royal banquet these days.
True, everybody does go, but some people are invited and others simply push their way into where they aren't wanted.
How dare you, you buzzing little upstart? I'll show you who's not wanted.
You watched, I'm warning, W-A-R-N-I-N-G, you.
Queen Azaz, the unabridged, is about to begin the royal banquet. All guests who are not seated promptly at the table will automatically lose their places.
That's where the noise is coming from. Well, go on, Milo.
Go on what?
Go on and see who's making all that noise in there. We can't just ignore a creature like that.
A creature? Just what kind of creature? Do you think it's dangerous?
Go on, Milo. Knock on the door. We'll be right behind you.
Well, okay. Maybe you can tell us how much further it is to Digitopolis.
Have you ever heard a whole set of dishes dropped from the ceiling onto a hard stone floor? Have you ever heard an ant wearing fur slippers walk across a thick wool carpet? Have you ever heard a blindfolded octopus unwrap a cellophane-covered bathtub? Well, I knew it. None of you looks well at all. Not at all.
Are you a doctor?
I am cacophonous, a discord, doctor of dissonance.
What does the A stand for?
As long as possible! Now step a little closer and stick out your tongues. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Just as I expected, you're all suffering from a severe lack of noise. Loud cries, soft cries, bangs, bongs, swishes, swooshes, snaps, crackles, and miscellaneous uproar. Be ready in just a moment.
Just what kind of doctor are you?
Well, you might say I'm a specialist. I specialize in noises, from the loudest to the softest, and from the slightly annoying to the terribly unpleasant. For instance, have you heard of square-wheeled steamroller right over a street full of hard-boiled eggs?
But who would want to hear all those terrible noises?
Everybody does. Why I'm so busy, I can hardly fill all the orders for noise pills, racket lotion, clamor salve, and hubbub tonic. Years ago, all people wanted was beautiful sounds, and business was terrible. But then cities were built, and there was a great need for honking horns, clanging bells, screeching engines, and all the rest of those wonderfully unpleasant sounds we use so much today. My medicine here is in great demand, and I've been working overtime ever since. All you have to do is take one spoonful every day, and you'll never hear another beautiful sound again. Here, try some.
If it's all the same to you, I'd rather not.
I don't want to be cured of all the beautiful sounds.
Besides, there's no such sickness as a lack of noise.
How true. That's what makes it so difficult to cure. Very well, if you want to go all through life suffering from a noise deficiency, I'll just give this to Din for lunch.
Oh, that was good, Master. Oh, I thought you'd never let me out. It was really cramped in there.
This is the awful Din.
Ta-da!
You must forgive his appearance, for he really doesn't have any. You see, he is an orphan whom I raised myself without any benefit of governess or any other assistance.
No nurse is good, nurse.
For I found him living alone and unwanted in an abandoned soda bottle without family or relatives.
No niece is good, niece.
And brought him here, where despite everything, I trained him to sniff out and search for.
No nose is good, nose.
I trained him in the business of concocting and dispensing noise.
Ta-da!
No noise is good noise.
That's not funny at all.
What is a din?
Huh?
You mean you've never heard of the awful Din? When you're playing in your room and making a great amount of noise, what do they tell you to stop?
Ta-da!
An awful din.
That awful din.
That awful Din.
Or when the neighbors are playing their radio too loud at night. What do you wish they'd turn down?
Awful din.
That awful Din.
And when the street on your block is being repaired, and the drills are working all day, what does everyone complain of?
The dreadful row? Oh, the dreadful row was around in my grandfather's time. He perished during the great silence epidemic of 1813. I certainly can't understand why you don't like noise. Why, last week, I heard an explosion! It was so lovely. I groaned with appreciation for 2 days.
He's right, you know. Noise is the most valuable thing in the world!
Queen's S says that words are.
Oh, nonsense! Why, when a baby wants food, how does she ask?
She screams!
And when a racing car wants gas!
It chokes.
And what happens to the dawn when a new day begins?
Crack! It breaks.
Only like some pleasant sounds.
Ah, yes, many people do. But unpleasant sounds are necessary, for you never really know how pleasant one sound was unless you know how unpleasant it wasn't.
You see how simple it is? It's no time for us to go now.
Where to? Maybe we're going the same way.
I doubt it. We are going on our collection rounds. Once a day, I travel throughout the kingdom and collect all the beautifully horrible and wonderfully unpleasant sounds I can find and bring them back to the doctor to use them as medicine.
Where are you going?
To Digitopolis.
Oh, there are a number of ways to get to Digitopolis, if you know how to follow directions. Just take a look at the sign in the fork of the road. But why you'd ever want to go there, I'll never know.
We want to speak to the mad magician.
About the release of the princesses. Rhyme and reason.
Rhyme and reason. I remember them. Very nice girls, but a little too quiet for my taste. But a long, hard journey that'll be. And I've been meaning to send them some things that Din brought home by mistake, which I have absolutely no use for. Now remember, they're not for eating, but for listening. For you'll often be hungry for sounds as well as food. Now, let's see, here are street noises at night, train whistles a long way off, dry leaves burning, creaking bed springs, crunching toast, and of course, here it is. Maybe you'd like it for yourself.
What is it?
The sounds of laughter! Ow! It's so unpleasant to hear all those giggles and snickers and happy shouts of joy. I don't know what Din was thinking when he collected them.
Oh, it's not my problem.
Well, here, take them all to the princesses or keep them for yourselves. I don't care. Goodbye now, and good luck.
But wait! Fork in the road! You didn't tell
Too late. Can't do a thing. I can eat a fork of my own.
Congratulations!
Cheers! Henceforth and forthwith, let it be known by one and all that the princesses rhyme and reason reign once more in wisdom. And furthermore, the boy named Matt, the dog known as Top, and the insect, hereinafter referred to as the humbug, are to be declared. But we couldn't have done it with a lot of help.
That may be true, Milo, but you have the courage to try, and what you can do is not produce enough of what you will do.
That's why there's one very important thing about your quest we couldn't discuss until you returned. I remember. What was it? Very simple. It was impossible.
Completely impossible.
You mean? Oh, I didn't sit down.
Yes, but if we told you then, you might not have gone.
And as you discovered, many things are possible, just so long as you don't know they're impossible.
I think I know what you mean.
I'm afraid it's time to go now.
Then you must say goodbye.
To everyone, can't you two come with me?
I'm afraid not, old man. I've arranged to join a lecture tour, which will keep me occupied for years.
And they do need a watchdog here.
Well, okay then.
No,
Well, goodbye. We all spend so much time together. I know I'm going to miss you. We would have reached you a lot sooner if I hadn't made so many mistakes.
You must never feel badly about making mistakes, Milo, as long as you take the trouble to learn from them. Very often you learn more from being wrong for the right reason.